And we all know when we get to the weekend, the world and his wife love to go on social media and tell everyone how much they love each other, how much they're enjoying life. And if you're single or lonely, then sometimes you can just be a bit like, just go away. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Sort's YouTube channel. My name is Josh. I'm 31 from Birmingham, and I'm a Catholic who is delving into his faith for the first time. And today I want to talk to you guys about weekend loneliness and 3 ways to deal with it. Number 1, bit of a difficult one. Get off the phone and stay off social media, at least for like half an hour to an hour to begin with. Now, we all know when we get to the weekend, the world and his wife love to go on social media and tell everyone how much they love each other, how much they're enjoying life. And if you're single or lonely, then sometimes you can just be a bit like, just go away. However, we do have to kind of hold some accountability for it because, you know, modern day we have become so glued to our phones and living through our phones because we've almost built this kind of, you know, fear of missing out attitude. So, while I know it's easier said than done, every single weekend, and start small, maybe try and just stay off your phone for half an hour to an hour and kind of just assess what's around you and, you know, what needs doing. Do you need to get some housework done? Do you want to pick up that book that you've been meaning to pick up? Do you want to go for a walk? Or even, do you just want to sit down in front of an episode of your favourite TV show and give your whole undivided attention to it and have that escapism rather than have it on in the background and just consistently scroll through your phone? Now, yes, this is easier said than done, and it's something I'm trying to practice myself at the moment, but honestly, the more I do it, the easier it becomes, and I'm not constantly waiting for an opportunity or an invite to come through on my phone. And you know what? It's quite liberating. It's quite nice to be able to just put up your phone to one side and live in the moment. The more you do it, the more appreciation you take for what you've actually got in front of you rather than what you don't have. Number 2 is take yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm just coming out with the hard hitters today, aren't I? No, honestly, take yourself out of your comfort zone and try something new. Part of being lonely, you kind of have to get used to living in your own skin. You kind of have to just get used to your own company and being able to be comfortable in that. And I remember years ago, and I'm going back a while now, but I remember years ago I had this fear of going into like a coffee shop, ordering a coffee and just leaving. I used to walk in there thinking everyone was looking at me, and truth be told, no one was looking at me. But I was like, right, okay, this is something I've got to like face head on, right? I can't keep doing this. So what I actually started to do is once a week I'd take myself to a coffee shop, order the coffee, and I'd sit in the cafe. And to be honest, I was downing that coffee in the first 5 minutes and running out because I was just so nervous. But the more I continued to do that, the easier it became. And 5 minutes went to 10 minutes, 10 minutes went to half an hour, and so on and so forth, until I built up enough courage to be like, do you know what? I am going to go on my first solo cinema trip. And now going to the cinema on my own is actually one of my favourite things to do. Now granted, when I get a girlfriend, I know I'm going to have to share that, you know, pleasure, so to speak. But for now, it really is something that's really therapeutic to me. And it's such a great form of escapism. Now again, this kind of thing is a lot easier said than done. So I fully respect that and I get it. But honestly, the more you start to do these things, the more comfortable you'll start to become. And yes, the loneliness won't go away completely, but it will be a lot easier to deal with. And finally, with all that in mind, build yourself a weekend routine. What do I mean by that? Start building a weekend routine where you've got consistencies that you can take into every single weekend, and at least one thing you can look forward to where you're just going to enjoy yourself. And this can be anything. This can be just anything where you're going to be like, right, okay, I'm going to look forward to this weekend and I'm going to tackle it head on. So as an example for me, this is kind of where I'm going to say how boring I am, but man of simple pleasures, easily pleased. For me, I like on a Saturday to take myself for a walk, and then I've started going to Bible class. And remember, I said take yourself out your comfort zone. And as someone who is quite introverted myself, for me to start this Bible class, it was basically just walking into a whole room full of people I don't know, and it was so daunting. But the reward from it personally, and the fact that I'm actually getting to study the Bible on a weekly basis and understand how to apply that to my life, has been so valuable. But then honestly, next to that, if I've got no plans to go and see some friends or family, then I like to do the normal stuff on a weekend, whether it be play some video games, catch up on the weekend sport. I love nothing more than to sit down with a pizza and watch a film on a Saturday night. Like, that's one of my go-to things. But honestly, I kind of just tailor it to however I'm going to enjoy myself, but try and put that bit of productivity into it. And usually a Sunday will sort itself. You're going to be at one of 3 church services, and then the day's yours. You know, it's supposed to be a day of rest anyway. But again, personally, I like to go to a morning church service, then get home and do a workout. As long as I'm staying, you know, productive, kind of working on myself mentally, physically, but also getting that enjoyment in. That's really how I try to structure my weekends. But listen, this is just kind of me giving out advice where I hope it can help people. When it comes to loneliness, you know, you can feel lonely when you're single, you can feel lonely in a relationship. And, you know, I've been there, and it's tough because, you know, you start to feel a bit lost and you start to feel very out of your comfort zone, and it becomes like, okay, well, who am I? So I get it. And if you are in that place, then please know that I'm praying for you. And I really hope you can find something in this video that helps you kind of look ahead and think about how you're going to tackle it and how you're going to deal with it moving forward. But guys, that's it from me this week. I really hope this video helps. If you know anyone who is lonely, then be sure to show them this. And yeah, drop us a comment in the box below telling us about how you deal with loneliness, or how you like to spend your weekends. And of course, as always, be sure to like the video, dislike the video if you want, but subscribe to Salt and check out the rest of the awesome advice on offer through Salt's YouTube account. But until next time guys, thank you for watching, take care, God bless, and we'll see you soon.